Hi everyone, this is Eric eSeamus Knox coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico with a video review of Pokemon Rumble Blast. The game that has been destroyed by the reviews all over the internet, and wrongfully so in my opinion, because the game is actually rather fun. It is, of course, for the 3DS, retail price $35, and it pretty much plays like Diablo with Pokemon. Now, unlike a lot of other Pokemon games, you don't actually level up your Pokemon. Instead, each Pokemon that you have has a specific power level, and some of them have abilities. They call them special traits in this game that will boost their offensive or defensive capabilities. Some of these special traits are distinctly negative, so you don't want to use them. However, a decent amount of the Pokemon are, useful. I actually haven't run into any Pokemon that is completely worthless, except for possibly Unknown with its ability to only learn Hidden Power. However, anyway, let's get back into the reviewing the game. Pokemon Rumble Blast takes place in the world of Pokemon Rumble, which is a toy store in which the Pokemon are tin toys. They're these little clockwork toys that you wind up, and the key that you wind them up with is actually plays a little bit into the storyline. I'm not going to spoil the storyline, so don't worry. I'm not going to give away the ending. Although I'm sure that if you've gone on to various websites, you've pretty much surmised the ending by now. I am, however, going to say that Cobalion plays a very pivotal role in the plot of this game. The graphics pretty good. The aesthetic of it is really nice. It's very colorful. It pops pretty well. The 3D effects are very subtle, so they don't, it's not overwhelming. It's not headache-inducing. I did enjoy the fact that you can't just keep with the same party. You do have to change your party up in order to actually proceed through the game. Only drawback that I've seen is really that the difficulty curve is very similar to the difficulty curve that I experienced with the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. It maintains an average difficulty curve until you get right about the end. And I'm not saying directly to the last boss. The last boss fight is actually ridiculously easy compared to what it takes to get to that last boss fight. It all of a sudden shoots up in difficulty rapidly. That requires you to go back. And befriend stronger Pokemon. I will recommend this to anyone who has a 3DS. I won't recommend that you go out and buy a 3DS for this game. However, I do recommend this if you already have a 3DS. This is definitely a worthwhile investment if you're a fan of Pokemon, if you're a fan of dungeon crawlers. This is a hack and slash style. It is unlike the roguelike aspects of the Mystery Dungeon games, where it's turn-based to a point. This game is completely real-time. There is no turn-based at all. The only time you actually get respite from battle is while you have a menu open, or if the battle hasn't actually started yet, or if you've beaten everybody in an area. But that being said, it is instance dungeons, and the dungeons all, each level is 3 or 4 different instance dungeons that lead up to it, that are all the same area, like a plains, or like a field, or a forest, or a pond, a lake, what have you, that leads up to the final boss fight, which is a much larger version of a much larger evolved version of a Pokemon. Sometimes it's an unevolved Pokemon. There is a level in which you fight a larger Sigilyph, but I would still say that when you face these, they have more HP than the ones that you're actually fighting throughout the course of the level, and they do have much wider range attacks. However, once you catch on to the pattern of their attacks, it's very easy to defeat them with regularity. Type advantages are interesting in this game in that, as far as I can tell, only super effective attacks cause a change in damage. Any not very effective attack, to me, doesn't actually matter. Also, type immunities are completely gone. So now you can, you can use Pikachu to take down a Rhydon. It's not that big a deal. I still wouldn't recommend it. I would still recommend, going out with a Mudkip on that one. But that's just me. All in all, I would recommend this game if you have a 3DS. If you don't have one, hold off. Hold off. There are other titles coming out this holiday season that will be worth buying a 3DS for, more than likely. Really don't have anything more to say about Pokemon Marble Blast. If you have any questions, feel free to head on over to bouncingwailord.com or listen to the Bouncing Wailord Pokemon Comedy Podcast. That's at bouncingwailord.com. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it all over the place. But just head on over to bouncingwailord.com. Go to our contact page and hit me up with an email asking me if you want more opinions. Or you can leave a comment below the video here. But thank you very much for tuning in. And this is Bouncing Wailord, bouncing off.